Meanwhile, 4 rockets hit an Iraqi airbase in the north of Baghdad, where the United States forces are based. Al-Balad is in fact the main airbase for Iraq's F-16s, which it purchased from the United States to upgrade its air capacities. Now, the base held U.S. Air Force contingent, a majority of which had been evacuated. Amidst tensions in West Asia, the emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, has met with Iranian President Hassan Rouhani in Tehran on Sunday. Qatar and Iran have agreed for de-escalation, and they've said that this is the only solution to the regional tensions. Now, the emir of Qatar has said, and I quote him here, "This visit comes at a critical time in the region, and we have agreed with the brothers and with His Excellency, the President, that the only solution to this crisis is de-escalation from everyone and to head in the direction of dialogue." Now, the meet comes after Iran admitted that it shot down the Ukrainian passenger airliner, resulting in the deaths of 176 passengers on board. Sheikh Tamim and Rouhani spoke over the phone on Thursday to discuss the ways to ensure security and stability regionally and also internationally. Now, Qatar is an ally of both the United States and Iran and has been at odds with other Gulf Arab states who support tighter U.S. sanctions on Iran. Meanwhile, Britain's ambassador to Iran, Rob McCare, has tweeted that he had been briefly detained by authorities in Tehran on Saturday night. This happened after he attended a vigil for those who lost their lives when the Ukrainian Airlines Flight 752 was shot down. Condemning the arrest, the British Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab has said, and I quote him here, "Iran can continue its march towards a pariah status or take steps to de-escalate tensions and engage in a diplomatic path forward." Thousands of protesters also took to the streets in the Iranian capital of Tehran, calling for justice and accountability after their government admitted to having shot down the Ukrainian passenger plane. And student protesters also chanted slogans against leaders, calling them as liars for initially having denied that Iran had downed the plane. Protesters also called for the resignation of the Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The police fired tear gas to disperse the crowds. And the protests have also led to a diplomatic spat between the United Kingdom and Iran. This after Britain slammed Iran for having briefly detained its envoy in Tehran. London has said that it was a clear violation of international laws. Meanwhile, the protesters have found support from US President Donald Trump, who tweeted in both English and Persian, calling the Iranian government to not curb demonstrations. He said that Iran cannot allow another massacre of peaceful protesters. Remember, this in fact is the first major anti-government protest in Iran after the demonstrations against the fuel price hikes, which rocked the country last year.